Hey, this is your girl, msyelladiva. I am bringing you a Real Housewives of Dubai um episode, season 2, episode 6, Deserted Friendships. They need to call it Complaining Kids, Questioning Kids. Basically any kind of thing has to do with kids because it was a lot of kid stuff in this episode. Well, anyway, the episode begins with they're still arguing in the desert. At least they're eating now because it has been sundown now. But they're complaining in the desert, or the so Talene is explaining her quote unquote altercation with Brooks. That's what she said. She had an altercation with Brooks. And and Brooks was like, "No, we had a conversation. We didn't have an altercation. We had a conversation." I say that too because, far as I'm concerned, if it was an altercation, then we knucking bucking, okay? Okay. Okay. So, it was just a conversation. But she said after the Queen's dinner, um Brooks called me and said Stanbury was talking shit about me. She said, why I don't know why Talene took me from the table. I don't know her like that. And so Talene called Stansbury and said, "Hey, did you say that?" And Stansbury was like, "No, I did not." You know, Stansbury. Yeah. She was like, "No, I did not." So, um, so then, Talene was like, "So, you know, don't tell me that Stansbury is talking shit about me." And Brooke said, "Well, that was my opinion." And so she said, "Well, isn't that stirring the pot?" And so Brooke said, "No, because you told me if anyone said anything about me." And then Brooks got cut off. Talene was like, she said, "Can you take accountability for anything?" Well, I'm quite sure she was probably trying to take accountability for something, but you didn't let her get a word in edgewise, Talene, because you cut her off. But then, speaking of stirring the pot, Ian was like, "Ooh, Talene is really choosing you, Sansbury, over Brooks." Now that's stirring the pot. Ion, come on, girl. You can do better. You can't be stirring the pot with these crazy folk. Do better, girl. Do better. And so Delane was like, someone who is in their peace and healing, you could be very hurtful. And then Sara chimes in, speaking of peace and healing. Sara chimes in. She said, "Well, tell her how you feel." And then she tells you how she feels. And that's that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tell her how you feel. And she can tell you how she feels. And that's that. That's that. That's that. Okay. And then, so Stansbury was like, "What are you, the Brooks whisperer?" She said, "You got your hand up her ass and just telling her how to talk." And then she said, no, I have her hand on my heart, telling her how to talk. Boy, this was comical. Because this stupid stuff got blown all out of proportion. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. And Stansbury said to Sarah, "You couldn't stand this woman last year," and she said, and she said, "So you are a hypocrite." And then Sarah was like, "Well, you are ridiculous." And then Stansbury was like, "Oh, shut up, Sarah." And Sarah was like, "Oh, shut up, Stansbury." This was so petty and stupid. I don't know what else to say. This was so petty and stupid. But after, Brooks got silenced by Talene, pretty much. Brooks gets up and walks from the table, and Lisa and Sara goes with her. So then Brooks politely changes the subject and turns to Sara and asks that, well, what was it that you asked Ayan about Lisa's home life? I'm paraphrasing, but so Ayan told Lisa that Sara was questioning that, since, she felt like she was so snappy and so stressed, is there something going on at home? Is there something going on at home? So Ayan was uncomfortable about that question, and she said, "You need to ask her if you want to know what's going on at her home." And I can't blame Ayan. Yeah, go straight to the horse's mouth. What you asking me for? So they come back to the table, and so Talene mad because her petty stuff is not a type of discussion anymore. Sara and Lisa is okay, and Ayan, but Ayan said to Lisa, "Yes, I was uncomfortable about the questioning that you said to me, and I wanted you to ask Lisa." And so Sara was like, "No, I didn't mean it like that. I was just asking because I'm a Muslim woman. This is my culture, whatever." And so, but Lisa believes her best friend in saying if she felt uncomfortable, then she didn't say it like that. Okay, moving on. Who Brooks and her rude son Adam. Okay, Brooks and her rude son Adam. Adam was playing with his VR, and Brooks comes in. She said, "Oh, that looks like fun." And Adam says, "Well, buy yourself one." Come here, Brooks. Let me tell you what I would have did. I'd have snatched that damn VR off his head, and I would have broke it. And I said, "Buy yourself one." And I'd have left the room. Okay. Okay. Don't you let him talk to you like that. I'd have snatched that thing off his head so fast, and I'd have tore that thing right on up. Buy yourself one too. While you at it. Uh-huh. We don't play these such games in this house. If you work hard to buy him everything he want. And this how no, 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 no. No, we don't play that. We don't play that. Uh-huh. That's what I'd have done. I snatched it off his head and tore that thing up and said, buy yourself one. How about that? He'll know next time. Anyway, speaking of complaining or crying or stupid kids, I ain't gonna call them stupid because they ain't stupid. Okay. But they are complaining. Okay. Talene daughter crying because she don't want to go to school. Talene said, you don't have to go to school. And Rafi was like, is this is how we working this? She crying, she don't have to go to school. You keep this up, she will be stupid. I ain't gonna say she's stupid now, but if you keep this up, she will be stupid if she don't go to school. If you keep letting her stay out of school because she crying, she gonna cry every day until they going on field trip. Then she ain't crying that day. Well, she gonna cry every day. No, we ain't doing that either. Anyway, so Ayan and Lisa gets coffee. Lisa just pours her heart out to Ayan, saying she pretty much going crazy because she trying to raise these three boys. She trying to do stuff for her business, and she trying to be a good wife and trying to give her husband, smashing on the regular. And she's failing. Her words, not mine. Okay. So she break down. She start crying. She was like, my mental. She said, I need a mental break. And Ayan said, you need to talk to your husband before you lose it. Ayan was crying. She was crying. There's a lot of tears. Gigi was crying. Everybody was crying. Yasmin was crying. Everybody was crying. Okay. A lot of tears in this episode. Who Sergio probably cried when he when he got back to his room. Anyway, Sergio talking to his family. Caroline saying, Sergio needs some friends. Because he can't be up around me all the time. He needs some friends he can go out with and hang with, and not hang with me. That's what Caroline said. She was like, I'm going to the spa. He was like, can I go with you? She was like, no. And so she talking to his family like he needs some friends. And so she kissed him on his cheek and said, I'm off to the spa. Oh, and Caroline said she has to prioritize her kids, and she has to prioritize her friends. And then Sergio was like, you have to prioritize me. Understand? She ain't understand. So, yeah. So then, Sergio's talking to his family, so I had to read all these, these closed caption and interpretation. So basically, we gonna paraphrase all of this. Sergio's mama said Caroline ain't gonna have no babies. she don't look like she want any more babies. and y'all need to get y'all relationship together before y'all decide to bring some babies in there. You got time, because I don't think she feel like their relationship is gonna last anyway. So he got time with some other woman. That's what I got out of it. He he got time with another woman, cause Caroline ain't it. Point blank period. You know. But Sergio could take of, she don't want him to have the baby. She ain't say that, but she said you got to get your relationship together first. And I think that he ain't gonna she felt like he ain't gonna have no relationship with her. They're probably gonna be together 2 strong years, and then they gonna get divorced, and then Sergio gonna find a woman his own age to reproduce, or he could be cheating on her and reproduce that way. But I don't think Sergio cheating on her. But yeah, that's a hot mess. So let me see what else. Ayan's family is coming to Dubai, and I guess I don't know if the mama's coming, but the sister and the brother is coming, and obviously black don't crack, because first of all, Ayan said that she the baby. So if Ayan is 60-ish, because we got to figure out what her age is. But she probably in her 50s or 60s. Then these kids is fly. All these people look like they in their 30s. I'm telling you. Every last one of them look like they in their 30s. So I need to know what the mama look like, because if the kids ain't cracking, we want to see what the 80-year-old mama looking like. But they gonna come to Dubai, so we gonna see them later on in the season. And also, Ayan's son cracked me up, because Ayan was like, "I got some snacks for you." She said, "I packed some oranges and some lemons," and Ayan's son said, You don't know nothing about snacks, mama." I started laughing, because I was just like, yeah, I can understand oranges, but who packs lemons as snacks? Who just eat lemons like that? Okay, it may be a few people, but ain't nobody snacking on lemons. But she trying. She trying. And the sister is coming to cook for her son, because apparently Ayan don't cook. So the sister gonna come and cook some African food for her son, and he can't wait. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Anyway, so Brooks took her mom to to took her mom and her son to the Glass House Salon by Caroline Brooks. And so the son orders the Earl Grey tea. He don't know nothing about a tea, even a tea bag, let alone tea. But you gotta learn somehow. So, but and so she was talking to him, and so she asked Adam a question, and Adam was like, I don't know. And so, and then Caroline started talking to her mama about Adam, all in front of his face. And she was like, it's like talking to a brick wall and stuff like that. She was just like, and so the mama was like, when Caroline was this young, she was shy, and then then she turned smart aleck and stuff like that. And so, but she just talking about her son to her mama in front of him. And I just thought that was just rude. That's probably why he rude to you. Because you rude to him. I thought that was so rude. But and then he said, then he's uh she was making a reference that she has siblings and he doesn't, and he was like, I ain't getting none either. And so she was like, your father will probably have some more kids. So apparently she's not, but your father may have some kids. And he was like, no, my father ain't gonna have no more kids either. And then she said, well, you talk to your father. How come you don't talk to me? And he said, because you come home at 10 o'clock at night. So it's some more going on in that household. I think maybe he should go live with his father for a little while, or maybe, until you get your life together. Because he acting out, and but also she don't respect him. She don't respect him too much either, though. So respect goes both ways. And if you talking about him right in front of his face, that's disrespect too. But we'll figure it out. Like I said, this is the episode of complaining kids. Speaking of complaining kids, Sarah's son don't want Akins to go back to Germany. Yeah. So um yeah, he don't want him to him to go back to Germany. And so he answers the door. Aiken comes to the door and he answered it, and then he starts twerking. That's how you gonna get him to stay. That's it. That's how you gonna get him to stay. We're gonna have a twerking contest. He said he wanted to be the world champion of twerking. I love that little boy. He cracked me up. But his mama thirsty. Yeah, pretty much. So she told her mama about him, Aiken, and mama was like, no, no, this number 3. And so she was like, that's not for you. She wasn't saying no to you. She was saying no because I've been married before. No, so she was like, but I do see a future with you. Do you see a future with me? So Akon said, yeah, I see a future. Sarah, she can't let that go. So she was like, so what kind of future? Hmm? What kind of future? And what is a future? Hmm. I like to be direct. He couldn't get none of these answers out because, first of all, you too thirsty. Bring it down. Bring it back. Future. Come on now. Come on now. Didn't y'all just meet? Jesus, you is thirsty. You trying to get number 4, 3 or 4 husband? Come on. Then she say, she's so thirsty. Then she say, how do you see um how do you see the man's the man in marriage? Hold please. How do you see the man in marriage? And so she said, per my religion, the man is the sole provider. Now, per my religion, the man is the sole provider. Per my religion. Then She said in that same sentence that, but my last two marriages, I was the sole provider. So are you are you the a so you why you marry the other two if they weren't the sole providers? That's my question. Cause obviously you didn't care about your religion when you married the other two. So why you care about it now? You want it now on this young boy. He gonna be the sole provider. This young boy gonna be the sole provider. So then Akins asked a question, and that was a good question. If the man paid for everything, who has the most control in the relationship? Good question. Good question. So now she said, well, no one has control in the relationship because they're two human beings. Well, if they're two human beings, then y'all can split the bills. That's what I'm thinking. If y'all two human beings, y'all can split the bills too. Okay. But she said her daddy was the sole provider, and that's what she was looking for. But it ain't like it like it was back in the day. And if you want a sole provider, you not gonna get a sole provider with this hot boy. You're not gonna get a sole provider. You gotta get an old man to be a sole provider. You ain't gonna get it with this hot boy. You ain't gonna get it with this young boy. I don't care how much money he making. You ain't gonna get it with this young boy. You gotta get an old man. So you want a young hottie or you want a young hottie where you gotta split the bills, or old man for a sole provider. Take your choice. But you can't have it both ways. You ain't gonna get it from this young hottie. Anyway, Stanbury and Yasmin go out to dinner. Okay, she complaining too. Complaining too, girl. Okay. She came back from her college tour. She liked Miami. She liked UCLA. And so Yasmin said that Stanbury prioritizes Sergio and don't prioritize her kids. And so Yasmin was like, a week after our daddy left, Sergio moved in. But it was quarantine, and he was quarantined in Dubai, so he had to live somewhere. However, they ain't had no talk about it. And Yasmin get mad because when she disciplining them, Sergio try to step in. That ain't his place, and that ain't his place. Especially at Yasmin, because y'all they almost about the same age. Okay, but and Sergio is a child himself, so that ain't his place. Sergio's a child himself. What he gonna say? What he gonna say? Anyway, so Sergio says that, well, I have to do a better job in prioritizing the kids and Sergio. Good luck. I don't think nobody gonna be satisfied. Definitely not Sergio. Definitely not Sergio. He is not gonna be satisfied. All right, so Talene dog died. Yeah. Everybody sent their condolences except for Brooks. So, Talene not going to Adam party. Mm-mm. She's like, no, if you can't say condolences to my dead dog, I'm not coming to your sub party, your bad sub party. I'm not coming. I'm not coming up, not coming up, not coming. That what Talene said. hmm So, it is what it is. Uh, Adam had his little 11-year-old party. It was real nice. It was at the beach. All these kids came, and they said that it's a it's a expensive birthday party in Dubai, but that's everywhere. Everywhere, everybody got expensive parties. You know how much Monkey Joe's cost or Chuck E. Cheese? Listen, I know because my son is 16 going on 17, okay? Last his 16th birthday, we went on a cruise. So everybody do expensive parties. Now, we ain't buying no Rolls Royces, because apparently a 2-year-old, they bought a Rolls Royce for, but that ain't it. But everybody throws expensive parties. Listen, I think my son had a birthday party everywhere and anywhere that we had a bowling party, we had a skating party, we had a uh urban air which was encompasses everything: VR, trampoline, laser tag, go karts, the little the what was that, the what is that called, the I don't know. It was something. It encompassed all of that in that urban air. And he had the Sky Zone. He had Monkey Joe's. He had Chuck E. Cheese. He had all the parties. Then he had a cruise. Okay, so that's everywhere. And then you got to get buy the goodie bags. Oh, he had the party at the house with the what's the little video game truck came. Or, or and when he was 2, he had the little characters. Yo Gabba Gabba, remember that? Yo Gabba Gabba came. Plex came. Okay, honey, birthday parties are expensive anywhere. So it ain't just Dubai. Okay, but we ain't buying no Rolls Royces. I ain't got no Rolls Royce, so he definitely ain't gonna get no Rolls Royce. But yeah, birthday parties can get expensive. Um, what else? So everybody's everybody shows up for Adam's birthday party except for Stansbury, but she said her sons were out of town to lean because her dog died and she ain't send no condolences, so she wasn't coming either. And Ion, because her son, first of all, is 17. Second of all, she's at the airport with her family that's coming in. So Talene Stansbury visited Talene because her dog died, and she brought some flowers and stuff. And apparently they were drunk the couple days before, and so they were drunk, and Stansbury lost her shoe in the bushes, and Talene laughing. And so then they come back to the house. Stansbury get in bed with Rafi. I was like, what kind of and apparently they put it on the Instagram or IG or something. They put it on there. And so then Brooks and Sara saw it. And so they were talking at Adam's party talking about, I think they wanted us to see um that they were together or whatever. And so Brooks and Sara was holding hands, and she was like, we should put it on social media about us holding hands. Who cares? But they did. That was the end of the episode. But the trailer for the last part, or the trailer for the episodes to come, looks like it's gonna be good. It looks like, Ion and Lisa, they, friendship ain't going like it should, and Lisa and Stansbury get into it. And of course, Brooks is just in awe of all of these women arguing, and she is just is in her element. She wants everybody's relationship to fail because misery loves company. Point blank period. Misery loves company. She not happy with herself. That's why she drinking. That's why her kid is rude to her. And so misery loves company. Caroline, do better. Do better. You need to get it together, because your slip is showing. It is. But it's your girl, msyelladiva, signing off. Give me a like, share, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. And let's get down in these comments and tell me how you really feel. Lemons ain't snacks. Lemons ain't snacks. I love Ion. And that bald head is everything. Everything. I wish I could, shave my head and, look like that, but I can't, and it ain't gonna be little, it ain't gonna be cute. But that bald head is everything. Anyway, this your girl, msyelladiva, signing off. Peace.